Hello, this is breaking news, and this is very serious news, especially for those who are receiving SNAP food stamps. The SNAP benefits, it looked like it's going to be shut off starting next week for millions of people. Now, it's not only millions of Americans it's going to be shut off, but they actually is going to shut off a lot of people who are not supposed to be receiving the SNAP benefits as well. So I guess the Trump administration and the head of the USDA, Mrs. Rowland, is going to cut the food stamps for all of the blue states for not turning over the data. They want to see the data. They want to see where those food stamps was going and who it was going to, in order to root out the fraud that's going on with the food stamp situation. Now, they already did the red states. The red states have submitted the data, and they have discovered a lot of fraud that was in the red states. Now they want the blue states to turn over the same data that the red states are turned over, and the blue states are fighting against it. They do not want to turn over the data to allow the Trump administration and the FBI and everyone else to take a look and see where all of those food stamps was going to and who it was going to. I don't know if the blue states are afraid that they might get caught up in a fraud scheme or not. I don't know what the situation is. I am a independent voter, so just to know that it don't make me one way or the other how the blue states want to handle this situation. But I think if they don't turn over the data, it is definitely going to make them look very suspicious if they don't turn over the data. Not only that, it's going to cause millions of Americans as well as the illegals that are receiving the food stamps in here in the United States of America. It's going to be cut off, and everyone is going to be stuck with no food until the blue states turn over the data. I don't see where there's a judge that is going to be backing that blue states for not turning over the data. It'd be like the judge is trying to protect the fraud that's going on with the food stamps in the blue states. If a lot of fraud was caught in the red states, we gotta know that the blue states gotta have a lot of fraud as well, because they has been a sanctuary city, a sanctuary states for all of these illegal immigrants that came across the border. They are sanctuary once again, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of these illegal aliens that come across the border, the legal immigrants that is, that come across the border, jumped right on the food stamp program as well. This is what the FBI and this is what the investigators want to see. So the blue states are fighting against it, everyone. So it looks like everyone in the blue states, such as these large states like California, is going to be suffering without food stamps until the state governors turn over the data that the red states turn over. Now you got a lot of people that's fighting against it, saying it's wrong and it's heartless to cut off people food stamps. But could anyone tell me how could they root out the fraud without seeing the data? Is it even possible to root out the fraud without knowing where the food stamps was going to? I don't see where there's any way that this administration or any other administration could actually root out the fraud if they can't look at the data and see where the food stamps were issued out to. So if the blue states can come up with another way to root out the fraud without turning over the data so people can't see it, they need to come up with something very fast, because they're talking about holding the food stamps starting next week to all the blue states that do not want to turn over the data. Once again, I don't think the blue states going to have a serious chance in the Supreme Court to not turn over that data when there's an investigation that is going on with fraud. So it's going to be, I don't know, maybe they can find a judge that'll be on their side and help protect the people that are committing fraud. Maybe there is a judge somewhere that would help protect all the criminals that receiving food stamps that's not supposed to be receiving them. So I don't know. They might have one. I don't think they're going to. It's going to be an easy find. But once again, if they can find a judge that's going to be on their side to help them cover for the fraud that's going on with the food stamps in all the blue states, once again, hopefully they'll be able to do that without people being cut off of food stamps. But it don't look good for the blue states if they don't turn over the data once again to allow investigators to see where those food stamps was going to and who they was going to and who allowed those food stamps to go to people who are not supposed to get them, such as the illegal immigrants that jumped across the border. So once again, everyone, it's a serious situation, and Section 8 is going to be just as bad. So anybody that's on these federal programs is going to be having a problem. It's going to be an issue with this administration. They're telling you now. So I hope everyone that didn't go out for this holiday season on Black Friday and all of these the Christmas shopping and all of this New Year partying, I hope no one spend all the money, because once again, there's going to be, I predict that there's going to be a lot of layoffs coming here in January. A lot of layoffs. There already has been over 100,000 people that's been laid off just before the holidays, just before Christmas. Just before Thanksgiving. Now we're talking Christmas, and we're talking, it's going to be, I predict that it's going to be just as bad for January. Coming January, it's going to be a lot of layoffs. I predicted, I can't make up a number, but I bet you it's going to be just as large as it was for November. I believe December and January is going to be very bad years for a lot of people that's employed. Once again, unemployment is, the numbers are starting to tick up again, and I believe it's going to be a worse year for 2026 when it comes to employment. I think 2026 is going to bring a lot of pain for people that are working and losing their jobs. Once again, it's going to be very bad. So I think everyone really need to hold on to your money and don't overspend. You really have to pay attention to what you're spending your money on. I think you should be preparing for the worst and hoping for the best, okay? Because 26 is going to be that year for everyone to look for the worst and pray for the best, okay? And hope for the best, because it's going to get, 26 is going to be very serious, everyone. So once again, peace out. Once again, just to update, the food stamps, they talking about cutting them off next week for people that's on food stamps. So I hope you're saving your money and getting ready to store up some food that's going to carry you through the whole month, or at least until the Democrats come to their senses and go ahead and turn over those turn over the data that they are asking for, the Trump administration. I don't think it's fair to hold out when the red states turned it over, and they seen a lot of fraud in the red states, but then the blue states get to hold back and not turn over that data. I don't think it's fair for anyone. I think that they should go ahead and turn that over. They did make Trump hurry up and pass over the Epstein files and all of that. Everyone jumped all over Trump to pass over the Epstein file. He signed the paper for the files to be turned over, and now here it is that they're just asking them to turn over the data for the food stamps to see who's been getting those food stamps and that's not supposed to have been getting them. I don't see why they cannot do that. Once again, I am an independent. I am not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican. I vote on policy alone. I don't care who you are. If you got a good policy, if you got something going, that sounds good, sounds like it's going to work, then I'm with you. So once again,